Matt and Dave, and together, with our dogs Belle and Hudson, we're exploring the world in our Casita travel trailer. Come see where we go next. Today we are inching closer and closer to Toronto. We're actually headed to the Toronto West Campground. The reason that we're so close to the big city is because Dave's cousin is getting married tomorrow near Hamilton, and we wanted to find a campground that was close by so we could easily check on the dogs between the ceremony and the reception. For those of you who have been to a KOA, you will see a lot of signs that clearly indicate that up until recently this campground was under the KOA umbrella. But after spending some time here, we have a few guesses as to why it is no longer part of the KOA family. Because this was a long weekend, the campsite did have a 3-night minimum. So we did stay for the minimum of 3 nights and did get the full experience of this campground. Although we enjoyed our weekend overall, the campground itself was disappointing. For the price that we paid, we would have expected a campground that was better maintained. It became clear that the majority of the lots had become seasonal, and not everyone had the pride in their lots that we are used to seeing. Every campground has its pros and cons, and the big advantage to staying here was the proximity to the wedding we were attending. We wouldn't necessarily come back to this campground again, but it certainly served its purpose for us. Jeff, our good friend who happens to live nearby in Mississauga, took us to a local Thai restaurant. It became clear that he had been to many Thai restaurants before when he expertly helped us choose what to order off the menu. The food was great, and this place even had their own dog mascot who visited each table. We didn't stay out too long before heading back to the campground. After all, tomorrow was the big day. The whole reason we took this trip in the first place. It was Caitlin's wedding day. Caitlin's wedding was a blast. If you're curious about how that went, go check out the Day 4 video as part of this series. On Day 5, we started by sleeping in after a fun night of partying. When we finally got moving, Jeff returned to the campground to bring us on a tour of the Milton area, which is about a 20-minute drive from the campground. We decided to go and find a hiking trail, but we quickly found out that most of the local conservation areas required the purchase of advance tickets to use the trails. Although eventually, we found some hiking trails that didn't require any tickets, and they were located at the Mill Pond in Milton.
Yeah, that's new. You find things that we did not look at.
Before too long, the rain was on its way, so we headed back to the trailer to spend a bit more time catching up with Jeff before it was time for him to head home.
They're taking really bad videos.
If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It really does help us out. And don't forget to come back tomorrow to see where we go next.